Do you remember this game? If you aren't a fetus or didn't live under a rock, you probably have seen or even played this game before. It's Geometry Dash. It was a simple, rhythm-based action platformer that was basically a ripoff of the Impossible game. But now, after about 12 years-ish of its existence, it has gone from being a simple mobile game to a complex rhythm game that requires skill, patience, dedication, and resilience. But to me, Geometry Dash is too hard now. It's hard to believe that like 5 years ago, Tartarus was considered the hardest level in the game by a long shot. And now it is the 55th hardest level according to the Pointer Crate Demon list. People consider this level to be like the skill ceiling of this game in 2020 when it came out. Yet now there's people who are verifying and completing levels like probably a good 5 times harder than this, which is absolutely crazy to fucking believe. As someone who has an ungodly amount of hours on this game, I'm coming from personal experience, so I'm not just talking shit. Currently right now, I'm trying to beat Cataclysm, which is around a beginner extreme demon, but around 10 years ago when it came out, it was considered impossible. Yet now, it is currently the 1109th hardest extreme demon in the game. You're telling me this was the hardest level, even considered impossible 10 years ago, and now it's 1,000 places down from that? Like, that's absolutely insane. Every year, these older levels get pushed further and further down the Pointer Crate Demon list by harder and harder levels that are practically unplayable for anyone who doesn't have a high refresh rate monitor or relatively decent PC. And if you're wondering why this is the case, it's because of one major thing that many new hard levels rely on like fucking crazy. Frame perfect. If you don't know what the fuck a frame perfect is, I guess I'll explain it to you. It is when you have a single frame out of a set amount of frames per second to complete, I guess, a click or timing to avoid dying. You might be like, okay, well, can I just change my frames? You can now, but back around 2.1, which was surprisingly 2 years ago now, but Geometry Dash used to set your default frame rate to your monitor or screen's refresh rate. And it still does do that, but you have the option to change it now. But before, you couldn't. Unless you had Mega Hack V7 or some other type of softwares who change your frame rate that the game had set. A lot of these new harder levels have an insane amount of frame perfects that basically make playing any level on anything below like 240 hertz basically fucking impossible. And even then you might think, well, I could still change my frame rate. If your PC's not good enough, you can't do that. And you can't even change it on mobile either, so don't even try bothering. Go ahead and go after a fucking top 10 extreme demon on your phone because you just look like a psychopath doing that shit. Even then still, the physics limit is set to 240 frames per second, so really going anywhere above 240 doesn't even make a difference regardless. That's also a problem. And if your PC can't even handle it, it wouldn't matter if you changed it regardless either. So, playing any of these newer top extreme demons is literally impossible if you don't have a good enough PC or monitor. And don't even get me started on trying to beat that shit on mobile. Like, that's genuinely for psychopaths, because it's not gonna be fun. You probably won't even be able to get far on most of them because, again, you can't change your frame rate unless you get a bunch of mods and shit for your phone, which shit, you might get a virus on it because who knows, you might not be experienced enough to even know what you're doing. But anyways, my point is that Geometry Dash is literally so hard that the skill gap from something like Deadlocked to like Cataclysm or Accu is nothing compared to the skill gap from Cataclysm or Accu to the current hardest level in the game, which is the Amethyst. It doesn't even help that the game is still getting harder, like people are still beating harder levels. Thinking Space 2 has been verified the same day as Amethyst, but it has not been rated yet. But if it did, that'd push a lot of the levels that are on the list even further down than where they already are. And there's also many other top extreme demons like Vehemence, Grief, like a lot of them that are still being verified to this day. So there's even more levels that are to be added to the list that are very hard and are going to push other, I guess you could say, easier top extreme demons further down the list and soon to be pushed out of the list. And you know what makes this even worse is that Tidal Wave, the former top one, it's been top one for about about a little over a year. Yet there's only 3 victors, and if you don't know what victor is, it's basically 3 people who've actually beat the level from 0. 3 people over the span of a year, and 2 of them were from about a year ago. The most recent one was last month. That's crazy to believe that literally only 3 people have beaten this extreme demon. And what's even crazier is that the number 3 and number 4 demons don't have any victors either. Nobody's even tried Booba Wamba, and only one person has 78 on nullscapes. which is absolutely fucking insane. That just is even more proof this game is just unplayable if you're trying to be a top player. Anyways though, that's all I have to say for today's video. So if you enjoyed watching, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as go check out my Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and also my Discord server. They're all linked in the description below. And maybe you'll catch me playing Cataclysm or something on stream, on Twitch or whatever, who knows. Anyways though, until next time, peace out.